And we are live with our today's Let's Draw with Dining and Doodles. Let's see here. Actually, it seems like one thing is being a problem. Is it not working? It was working. Is the sensitivity gone? Let's see here. Hello? Bye. Hi. There we go. No? No? Yes? No? I don't know why it's being a problem. Yes. All right. Apparently, we've been having a few issues, technology-wise, over the past few days. We're still doing things, but we're up and running today. Our request today, and you might see, is looks a little bit further done than we usually start with. Because we're doing a portrait version, we are doing Lolleta Lee. In fact, I'm doing it in this version right here, but I'm going to do it in this pose. I had to get a picture with her in light instead of shadow to get her colors, skin colors going, and we kind of did just a rough outline of her. And there's a reason why I wanted to do that. We're going to do a color outline instead of our usual sketch and working out from there, is because when we do a portrait drawing, which is what we're going to be doing today, we want to work inward with the color digitally. So we want to try to set up something to work from. So this is going to be the color of her skin on the inside. And actually you can see here, I'm going to hide away. Oh wait, where's that? Okay. There is the outline we did earlier. So, I mean, we just basically, we took our time, we did our drawing with a sketch. Let's get it wrong. Well, yeah. So we started here with a body drawing of it. We worked our way out to sort of her face and details a bit more. And then we did the outline through here. Now, the reason I wanted to do all of that beforehand is simply because it's going to take a long time to do this drawing. To do it right, to do any portrait, it's a love thing. So I mean, you have to do, and that goes for a regular portrait drawing. If you're doing it, my brush sizes are way off because I just finished doing a drawing that took up a lot of space on my computer, memory-wise. So we're just gonna do sort of this fill in for her skin tone. And the reason we're doing it this way is simply because when we go through, we have these sort of outlines, but we're going to work from our way in. So I kind of tried to make that a darker tone on the outlines. You're going to go sort of an airbrush on the outside. We do have to keep an eye out, but we have to fill this stuff in. So I need to see. And I am not familiar with Lolleta Lee. This was requested here live on YouTube by a fan, so we were putting this together. I think it was requested back in October, so we're finally getting to their request. If you have a request, as always, you can put in for them on our current social media, or you can leave a message in here for what you want done in a stream. Keep in mind, we currently have requests all the way up to March. So if you are going to request something, keep in mind the current schedule is until March. I kind of want to just go lighter colors here. Let's see about her eyes. I really don't see what color her eyes are. She's got those sort of darker eye tone. I'm going to go with a dark sort of blue to work from. We do want to do the whites of her eyes here. So whenever I do something like this, that is going to be very much a piece that is put together for a portrait or something more realistic character. In this case, it's a real person. But whenever I do something like this, I want to make sure that we're getting a good baseline to work from, which is what we're doing here. So, wrong line. Really hard to see. There we go. And actually, to help me see, I'm going to do this, so I don't see things that's not there. So we're also going to go with this lip color. So this is where some people would stop. Pretty much an amateur would kind of stop here and be like, oh, well, that's kind of done. We're not. We're starting here. This is a place where we start. So I'm going to add a little bit more, a darker shade into the fingers here. This is where we're going to work our way out to these. So now that we have this layer, and it was kind of important we do this, I actually want this on a very low tolerance. I don't know why it's grabbing so much color. There we go. We wanted a low tolerance for a couple reasons. One, we want to be able to see that outline when we go through. But because we're gonna be working our way up and out. So I want to be able to see that outline. And actually, let's see here. Actually, no, I will include the outline on this. Well, no, for the first layer we won't. So we're gonna be on another layer. So we completely move to another layer here, and we're gonna change. So we're going to go with, this is basically the shadow under her neck. And the key to this tool, the key to these, is to use the paint brushes. So use brush tool or use the airbrush tool. And you want to keep them on soft. So you want to kind of do layering effects. So this is sort of the darkness under her chin that we're going to be going with. And we're going to do a little bit on her breast line. Over here. Arm. And you just kind of want to do a little shadow here. Just keeping an eye on the chat if anybody wants to drop in and say hi, or if anybody has comments they want to make. I got in a little bit of a heated debate with somebody on Facebook today over Cowboy Bebop. A lot of people are now all of a sudden coming out and being like, oh, I loved Cowboy Bebop live action. I was like, no, you didn't. The series would not have been canceled if you did. Netflix, the key reason why it was canceled, and I think a lot of people miss this, the key reason that series was canceled was budget, honestly. It's very expensive, and if they can't get the fans of the original into the series, they're not going to invest more into another season, because it needs to make a lot more viewership, a lot more money for Netflix for them to really be willing to take it on. And the same is going to be said for One Piece when they do it. I think that's why they kind of dropped Lost in Space budget. I mean, it comes down to money talks more than people do at times. So one of the things here that I'm just doing, like I said, just touching upon her eyes a bit. We're going to get a bit darker on the collarbone. There are a few other areas I seem to have missed. So let's get... Oh, crud. There we go. The ear, and let me get these fingers. So... So we're just going to bring in a little bit here. Do a little bit of color on the kneecap here. Inside the leg. And inner thigh. Bring in the ankle a little bit. Same here. Do a little bit with the ankle and the foot. Lower the brush size down and we'll do the toes. See, this is just bringing a little bit of a 3D element to this as we work. So we just want to bring a little bit of shadow, and we want to work pretty much, when you do portraits, you either work from dark to light on some paints. So if you're doing an additive drawing, you work from dark to light. If you're doing a subtractive drawing, which would be, particularly if you do watercolors, so you're doing a subtractive type, which you're doing light to dark. And in digital sense, it depends on how you're working. If I was working from a black background, I would go, and that's an additive, so I'd be adding color, I'd be adding into that light. We're doing the reverse. We're doing dark to light. So we have a little bit of that coming into play. And so one of the things I want to do is kind of just bring out her body limbs and whatnot. Just kind of touch up on things a little bit. Okay, let's see here. And for those who don't, well, I mean, because you guys can't see me, I just moved to literally the edge of my seat to do this painting. It's rare for me to do a painting, particularly something like this that is portrait. I'd be happy to do more of it, especially if I were doing something like a book illustration or something like that. I'd be happy to do sort of this kind of technique that I've learned to kind of just do to bring out a character. So we're just bringing out her. So we got a little bit there. We want to find some highlighted areas. So we want to go with a little bit of a light on her. So we're going to go, this is just sort of a hint. I'm just kind of lightly touching upon her. We need to do her face a bit more. Hold on. I'm doing a lot of this on the wrong layer, aren't I? Yep. All the legs were done on the wrong layer. Crap. All right, we're going to have to go back because we want to make sure we're doing this on a different layer. This is pretty much from I need to get to where the ear was selected and the fingers. Actually, the fingers would be the first part. So if I can get back, I don't know if the undo will go all the way back though. We might just have to go with what we got. At which point I might as well just start selecting the skin tone outline and work our way out. Yeah, it's not going to let me. All right, so I'm going to go all the way back to selecting it. So where we're starting with the highlight. And we're just going to go ahead and select the outer skin tone. So the outline's just going to go ahead and be made, but we're going to have to sort of do our best to blend this together. Should be getting the highlights any moment now. There we go. All right, since we're on this layer, we'll go ahead and select this skin outline here. Make sure it's selected everywhere because it needs to be. Otherwise, we're going to get a weird looking picture. Now, it's good whenever you do a portrait, whenever you do something like this, to have pictures, especially with people or characters or actors and actresses, to always have a portrait of or a picture of them to work from, because it just makes it a lot easier to see what you're doing, to know when you're making mistakes, to what to correct. So let's see here. Want to make sure I get this knee in, and that should be, yeah, it should be all the skin tone area. Okay. So we're going to go back over this part, and I'm going to go back to our shadows. And we're just going to sort of blend these lines in to work from. Oh, we did not do those two lines. See, this pays to pay attention. Take your time. All right. Anywhere else that I'm missing? No. Okay. So we're just going to slowly kind of, because the arm is 3D, because we have limbs and whatnot that move and reflect light differently, it's always important to kind of study, especially anatomy. In fact, I'm going to go thinner brush here to study the anatomy of the person. I don't mean you have to look at the person nude. You just have to kind of blend in what they're like here. So we're just getting a little bit line tool. We can just darken these, and I'll hit them with color later. So we're just gonna brush the line. So we're just gonna bring that on out. So this actress is apparently a Chinese actress, kind of famous. I'm not too, like I said, I'm not too familiar with her work. But I mean, she looks like a very attractive woman. I could imagine, even in her older age, she looks attractive, so I can imagine she's at least got that going for her. And I guess she's famous, so she must have done some good roles. We're just going to make sure we're getting our outlines set here. And we just want to make sure. See, we got too far there, so I want to make sure we keep her chin kind of perfectly set up there. And let's see here. Bring her face, shadow here. Oh, we got to do something with her ear. I missed one line. So and I went back to this. Oh well. Okay. And there's a nose point too. All right. So we're just kind of doing a little bit of a shadow. I'm not too worried about missing details that I'll have to come back for, because we do have sketches, and that's what the sketches are for. We just want to kind of get a nice airbrush effect going for her body in a few areas. So let's also do a little bit on her face here. Okay. We're going to bring out, well, we got to do more nose there. All right. Bring out some of this highlight. See, this is where this has got kind of weird. Okay, here we go. And we want to make sure. Bring out a little bit of her ear. Well, hold on. Let's bring that down. Okay. Let's bring that up a bit. just going to do a little bit more there. Okay. Bring the side over here. All right. Let's bring some light to her finger. And just a little bit of light here in the thumb. Thank you, Rebecca Hutchinson. I think it's a bot, though. So, yeah. Thanks. It looks like a bot. Thank you for being a bot. Okay. We're going to, another thing we want to do is sort of the blend tool. Kind of want to just sort of, well, let's see here. Let's actually merge with below there. And I'm going to add more layers here. But now that I've merged it, let's kind of, well, crap. Let's not do that. All right. Below, let's do a layer. We're going to be working from here. So if I take that away, we get a base color. All right, good. Add a little bit of this rose color in, and we want to do that on this layer. Well, crud. Let's do a softer rose color, which is going to be a little bit towards there. So we're just going to add the softer tone and the knee. And we're just slowly building out the body of this woman. And trying to use my own body to kind of show the light while I'm doing this. This is the only real way to kind of get things right. When you're an artist, particularly a cartoonist like myself, you kind of use mirrors, you kind of use things to get sort of almost a I'd like to say you want to get sort of feel the emotion as well as draw the emotion of the scene. So when you go to work from it, you kind of want to bring out things. So we're just kind of lightly adding to the body. Taking the highlight a little bit down, doing a little bit of a softer touch, especially on the face. Okay, we want to kind of add small, pretty much the darker areas are going to be right under the nose, the upper lip, and right here under the chin. And the ear, inside the ear. So actually I want to kind of get a darker tone because I want to kind of start hinting the nose and start hinting the neckline a bit. So we're going to go in a bit more. And we're going to define them a bit more. So actually, we're going to go a little bit shallower here. And she's going to have a little bit of a neckline there. Come on, come on. Wait for the system to load. I noticed I didn't select a point in the chin. So, waiting for this to load. There we go. Back on up. I do want to say thanks for someone yesterday. I want to bring out a thanks for Nero, who usually chats in with us, for sending the raid yesterday. I did not see it until after the stream was over. So I do want to thank Nero for that. I'm trying to get notifications set up properly so they show up, but for some reason my system does not want to recognize Twitch at appropriate times, so I don't know why. I'm working on it. Hopefully we'll be able to see it. We do have the Twitch chat up today, which is right where I'm looking at, and we also have the regular chat above that should appear as well. Although, hold on, let me make sure that's showing up. That should be going up higher. So it's showing up over the art. Okay. Yeah. So we do have regular chat right there as well. Again, I want to thank, I know it's a bot. But I want to thank whoever is behind Rebecca Hutchinson. Giving this site any kind of attention is good. Right now, even if it is just a bot trying to make money. We're just going to kind of soften this cheek a bit, bring it out. Do a little bit with her chin. Do same with the temples, and I'm going to kind of redo the ear because I kind of messed up on it. Let's go here. Let's bring in a smaller brush here. And bring it in smaller. And a little bit of oversight there. And we're going to bring a little bit of a highlight over here. Just a small one. And a little bit here. Then we're going to take this brown that we got that was dark. We're going to actually make it darker. So we're going to go down in the spectrum. And just sort of bring in her nostrils. Normally you don't see me draw nostrils. Part of the reason being is the way I draw characters, the way I personally like to put in the characters, the nostrils aren't as important. I mean, you know they've got them. I'm not going about and doing the whole missing nose concept that some people do for art. But the nostrils, unless you're doing a portrait drawing like I am doing today, they're not that great of deal, especially when you're doing cartoons. You don't need something like that distracting. Go back to the airbrush, get it under this chin. So we're just doing a. I don't like how that came out. Just want to kind of get under. Well, let's see, I'm going too far in. Just doing a line in. On there, and we're going to do kind of the same in here. If you have followed me and watched the stream on Friday that was the anniversary stream, there is currently a poll. If you want something that came of the stream to be out a little bit more, go to our DeviantArt page and you can vote in a poll right now to determine what other concept or stuff do you want to see in the future from Embry Arts. Do you want to see more of Demon Blade? Do you want to see more Sailor Moon Andromeda Factor? Which was something that was kind of abandoned, but it's honestly out of the poll right now. It is one of the top leading ones. Do you want to see something completely different? Do you want to see an anime review show? We talked about it, but we don't have anything set yet for it. Do you want to see more streams? Do you want what would you like to see more of from us? Do you want more of the role-playing games? I'm especially interested to see what some of you say, because it is something that I don't really get enough opinion. I mean, I try to do things with fan opinion. I don't get enough, I feel. I'm going to do a little bit of dark lining here to our bust line. and her armpit. We're going to kind of blend these in. The blend tool. But what would you like to see? What would you... I am right now, as far as the gaming streams, we've got Tales of Arise and Minecraft. We're going to be adding Skyrim at least for a few weeks, just for 3 weeks, basically, just for the holidays. And I mean, what else? I mean, we got some more story streams coming out. I know I said on the stream, and I kind of made a mistake. I said that Demon Blade will be in 2 weeks. The Christmas Demon Blade will be in 2 weeks. It's next week. I failed to realize when I had that on the schedule. Actually, it will be next week. So next week, on our stream for next week's story stream, we will have Demon Blade. So we'll be doing the Demon Blade Christmas stories. And that's because we're going to come back the week of Christmas. We're going to do Christmas stories that are of different places. Kind of like what we did for Halloween. We're going to be doing something. I don't know if I'm going to do Christmas stories from around the web. We might do 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And I might read The Grinch. Do something like that. All right. I do kind of need to add darker tone into the fingers. Another bot. Boyak Ragnar Zed Sanal. You're not even trying. You're not even trying for a bot. Come on, you can do better than that. Give an actual human being name. And that's not even trying. It's like some offshoot of Star Trek name. Or a Star Wars name. And it's... doesn't even sound real. Come on, bot. You can do better than that. Let's add some light. So we're going to go back to the highlight here. And we're going to go to softer, go with the whiter sort of soft brush. Bring in a little bit of highlight. Our light source is coming this way, so we're going to be making sure that our light is kind of heading that way. Another good option for things you may want me to do. I mean, I'm part of the Movie Galore group as far as, or I've been joining in with them on a bit. So, I mean, do you want me to be doing more movie reviews with them? I will say I'm not as big of a movie buff as some of those guys. Um, I come in speaking my expertise on some movies, and I will be back in 2 weeks on Tuesday when we get to uh, It's a Wonderful Life, because it is a classic that I watch every year, so I'm kind of used to it, and I know it pretty much backwards and forwards. So I mean, yeah, you can see me on there with their live stream on Tuesdays, or I mean, you can see me there for the Nightmare on Christmas review that we did this week. And like I said, I'll be there for It's a Wonderful Life. I'm, of course, on the anime group list that's connected with them, where we do reviews of anime on their show. But I know anime review is also pretty popular that people want me to do. There's a couple different options. So, I mean, yeah. Get a little bit of highlight on the tip of the nose. This is where the light's more than likely going to be more prominent. Waiting for it to load a bit here, and I'm trying to decide what to next tackle here. I might come back to the skin. From here, I think I'll just go ahead and jump to the next task, because we are an hour in already, or almost an hour in already. So I'm going to go ahead and do the hair, and we'll come back and do the lips. So I'm going to do sort of the same thing. I'm just going to take the whole area that I have lined out for the hair. We're going to go on a whole nother layer to do the hair. I'm going to work my way on one color, and then we'll work our way through. So actually, I want this color to be prominent. All right, and she has sort of this dark. Now we need to treat this a bit differently, so I'm going to go with a harder airbrush, and we're just going to be kind of doing pattern to her hair. All right, we're going to go with a bit of a darker tone than that. So we're going to go down a darker layer. And the more we go towards the body, the more the shade's going to be. So because it does look like her hair's a bit dyed brown here. She probably has a bit of highlight in her hair. But we'll add touches of highlights here. And there should be a little bit more highlight just to make the hair seem to take on more of a life. Give it a little bit of light there. Actually, I'm going to go do some black in the hair. I kind of want to go, this has all been soft actually, I want to go to a harder brush and just do smaller strands. So just bring in that. And bring in the tone, and we'll do a little bit of the mid-tone in there. All just kind of bringing in individual hair strands, almost. Okay, I'm kind of zooming in a little bit here to see about the hair. I kind of like how the hair came out. It kind of works. So we're going to go to the next layer. I'm going to revisit the face here a little bit. I'm not going to select anything. I'm just going to do it over here. But I am going to, because we kind of did this with an ink pen instead of an airbrush, the eyes are going to be kind of a touchy subject. So I'm going to actually kind of go over the eyes here, a little bit of shadow. This is the hard brush. This is the hard brush now. Let's actually do this on a different layer. Okay. I'm going to go over with shadow. So we're going to actually almost wipe out the eye here. Reason I want to do that is we want to make this sort of realistic. Actually, I'll go ahead and wipe out the whole eye. This is an idea of where the eye is going to be. We need to do that in a different setup. We kind of almost need to do the same with the eyebrows. let's see here. Let's go with that color. So we're going to do kind of the same with the eyebrows here. Kind of blend these in here. Reason I want to do this is I want to make it look good for her. And part of that is going to be going over this with a softer brush. So we're actually going to, what we're going to do is we're going to fade this layer. So I see the layer I have drawn underneath, but we'll be able to cover that up later. I got my tip down to 10, and I am just going to brush the eyelid in, or the eyes in. Hold on. We're going to do a soft brush of the eye liner. Well, actually, I'm going to do that on a different layer, actually. So we're going to do 2 layers over. So we're going to do a soft layer for an eyebrow or eyelash. So we just do this. We're just adding a little bit. We'll come back over with a darker tone. Trying to do her eyes. And the reason why I'm doing this on a separate layer with the eyelashes is because I'm going to do the eyeball, but I want to do some different techniques with the eyeball. So we're just going to come through, add a little softer, and we'll come back through with a hard brush and give her actual pronounced eyelashes. So actually, that's what we'll do right now. Grab the hard brush. And give her some actual eyelashes. Okay. The layer below is where we were doing the white, or we were going to do the eye. I'm bringing this up a little bit harsher, and I'm just going to do as best I can with the hard brush the white of an eye on both sides. Then we were going to do the dark iris. I was giving her blue. I don't know if her eyes are blue, but we're going with blue because her eyes are so dark. We're going to give her that dark blue. We can actually go, and where is it? 64. So we can go up here, and I can try and blend some of these colors in. let's do that. Bring in a little bit of this. Go ahead and airbrush under. I hadn't done much of the blending on this side. Now I can fade this again so I can see where my eyebrows are going to be. We want to use sort of the same colors that we used in here. And again, we want to use the hard brush. We're going to just kind of individually put the eyebrows in. So we kind of doing that. Bring it on in. We're going to do kind of the same with the lips when we get to it. Now that I got the eyebrows where I kind of want them, we're going to add some color into them. So they blend in with the hair. Go over the eyeball in a minute. Come on, load up. All right, we want to blend these. We're going to lower this down here a bit. Okay, once again, we're going to get kind of a medium texture or color. We're going to go underneath and brush that over just to kind of get something in there. So we want kind of that. We need to do the same over here. Well, come on, there we go. Oh, wrong layer. some on this layer. There we go. The face, I mean, you could spend hours upon days doing a face and trying to get it right. We only have 2 hours on these streams, so I mean, I'm not going to be too picky about too much of this. But I mean, we are getting there. We need to do the lips because the lips look too cartoony. And I need to add, because there is a point with the hair. The hair doesn't sit on the head like a helmet. So one of the things we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make the hair look a bit more realistic. We're going to come back over and do some touch-ups with the hair. But I also got to do the outfit she's wearing a bit as well. And we'll work on touch-ups as we go. But let's do the lips next, because that's the next area, and it's kind of striking on the face, the way we have it set up to not focus on the lips. So we're going to work on the lips now. Like I said, I'm going to go with the lipstick she's kind of got on here. So we're just going with this sort of pale pink color. We're going to work from there and work our way out. So we want to kind of get a highlight in here. And we just want a soft brush. So we just add a little bit of on top. We're going to go, this is where we're going to be really doing detail like crazy. So we want to go darker shade with this pink to get sort of the inner lip. So we're actually going to go here. Zoom in a bit. We're going to go even darker. And we're going to want that brush even thinner. That's probably a good dark tone for the lip. We're going to go ahead and add a few lines under here. And we'll go ahead and add that out. A little bit of darkness around the lip to kind of make them stand out. Okay, now we want to go for this highlight. I want to kind of go to a lighter source. We want to stay on this type of brush, so the hard airbrush to get the highlight of the lip. Kind of want to give a little bit to the top. And I'm going to give a little bit more down below, because we're going to add a more striking white into this. So we're going to go even lighter. And that will be sort of the highlight of these lips. So if we zoom out, we kind of got, in fact I can deselect, we kind of got how the lips are there for her. We still need to do more with the eye because it still kind of looks a little off. Where's the eye? Let's see, that's the eyebrows. That's the eyes themselves. Okay, there's the eyelashes. So I need to do more with the eyelashes, and I need to do more with the whites of the eyes. So let's go with the whites first, which include the irises in this case. We want to put in a soft tone. We want an off gray to go in the corners because your eye actually gets darker as it goes in. I'm on the wrong layer, aren't I? Yes, I am. Okay, that's the layer I need. So we need to be a little bit gray and dark. So we need to add a touch darker gray as we go, and even maybe a little bit of red. I didn't get any red there. All right, here we go. A little bit of red in there. Now, because we made it a dark blue, I'm going to add touches of light blue into her eye. We won't be seeing her pupil, but we will be seeing sort of a hue to the blue. We're just going to add a little bit of a reflection on it. Like I said, I want to soften the eyelash. So the next layer would be the eyelash. So one of the things I'm going to do is make sure 12 is under 11. So 11's okay. So we're going to kind of soften it. So one of the things I want to do is add sort of a warm gray. To the eyelash, maybe a little bit of eyeshadow. And we'll just do a little bit of blending. And we're going to kind of do the same with the layer above. We're going to just do a little bit of blending to make those eyelashes sort of pop out. So the next layer, the layer we have above, we're just going to do, well, crud. Let's do blur. So I'm going to make a small tip, and we're going to just blur these eyelashes. I kind of want to do the same a little bit with the lips, because the lips are a little too striking right now. That isn't the lips. The lips are on that layer. Okay. So we're going to do just a little bit of a blur on that. And now I kind of really want to mess with that hair so we can get the hair a little bit better. So we're going to grab some of the colors. And we're going to go on the layer with the hair. And I'm just going to just sort of make it act like hair instead of just something that's drawn on. Okay. We're going to add darker tones to the hair as we work, but I just want to kind of add make it act like hair. All right, we'll go with the darker tone. There we go. Add darker tone here. Come on, zoom out. Zoom it out a bit so we can kind of see how our hair is going. We're going to do some strands, errant strands of the hair. That'll help give a realism to it. So all right, let's try and do some of the texture of her outfit. So we are using sort of this outfit right here as the basis of it. So one of the things I want to do is, well, we got to go on a different layer here. We need to make sure we get her drawn, or her outfit as it is, so we need to get all of it encompassed. Okay, and there's one spot here, so let's make sure we get it. Okay, now we're going to go to another layer here. I'm going to do a lower layer. We're just going to do straight up white to work from, and then we'll work our way out. So we need sort of a cream, and I almost kind of want, since it's hard to get the colors off here, the off-white colors here, I'm going to use some of the dress here to use sort of give us a creamier off-white color to go with. But first and foremost, we want to do the shadow layer, or the base shadows that we've got. So we want to continue sort of where her body's curves naturally occur. And kind of follow a bit of the shadows just to get the color we're getting. So all right, now I'm going to do this on sort of two layers. So one, I want a thick brush because I want to do a hard outline here. So we want a thick brush. We kind of want to do, actually it's going to be whiter, so we're going to want to off-white. And it goes under the bra, or it goes under the bust. Oh, crap. I don't like how I did that there. Let's do there. Strap. Raw top. Under layer. And this line here. And the reason I want to do that on the upper layer is it's a thicker material, it's a different material. So in order to get that feel, we want to have sort of an offshoot of that color. So we're going to kind of work out from there. So one of the things I want to do with this off color, we're going to go back to the cream that I was using. We're going to go sort of grayish here. And I'm now going to actually, let's, I think that's including the shadow, isn't it? Kind of. All right, well, we can still select it from underneath, I guess. We're just going to take this, select, deselect. We're just going to get, crud, deselect. We're going to get that outline. Select, actually deselect. There's something else I need to do. All right, I missed a line here. So we've got to go back. We need to do line down here. Okay. Deselect. Now we select it. All right. Now that we have this line, we can go from there and we can do some things to it. In fact, I'll move 15 over 14, and we can do our shadow tone that we needed. So I wanted to go from this cream, come on, to gray. And that's just going to be where this different color is going to come in the shadows. So up here. I don't think it's done. Yeah, it's not done it fully. I need to do something here. Hold on. Okay, we need to add. No, 13. Okay. Not even 13. Actually, let's go below 13. Let's go back down here. Add that. Then on layer 15, we will, well, it's going to act up here. Okay. Dadgummit. All right. Let's make sure we got this colored in here, because that's what's throwing me off. Let's make sure we got the lines joining. All right, select, deselect. Select. All right, we want to undo. I see one area that's being a problem. There we go. Now we do 15, select, deselect. Any other areas that are being a problem? Not really. Okay. Well, yeah, there is. Select, deselect. Or actually, areas are right here. It's being these straps that are being the problem. I need them to be full color, so I don't have oddities on the straps when I get to it. With the shading. So there we go. Now we take the cream, add gray. We go back with our airbrush. So we can add touches of where it's different, or shadows hitting differently. And we can actually go a little bit darker in the bust area, so we can go a little bit darker on that. And a little bit darker down here in the groin. And I'll just do a tiny bit darker over on the shoulder. All right, and I kind of want to fade layer 15 a little bit. And what we're going to do is go back down here. We're going to decrease the tolerance a bit more. So we get that, not that. We want to decrease more. I don't know why it's picking that all of a sudden up. Oh well, I can fix that. That and that. Okay. The way I can fix that is by going up here and alting 14, which should be our... No. I did not do that right. Okay. Well, we can fix that. We can still fix it. We can do... I don't want the straps, so let's alt that. No. There we go. So one of the things I do need to do is there is a pattern on the bust line, so we need to add some sort of a pattern. And for that, I am going to go to our monochrome textures, and we'll find something that I think will make a nice pattern. Let's get the state of texture. Well, that's color texture. I want monochrome textures. Texture. Here we go. Let's it's kind of like this, but I want it whiter. Wait until this fills in here. Okay. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to make it have a layer color. Where is it? Cancel. And we want to do a white to it. So it has a little bit of a texture to it that's a bit different. let's try and bring that below the 15 so we don't have a counter. And the 15, let's try and, no, not lighten. There we go. Let's add glow, but let's fade it. And I can go back here on this layer and see I'm seeing some of this not down here, not covering. So we're going to go ahead and just add a little bit of the texture in there. The airbrush. And go back up here on another layer. And I'm going to add a little bit more color, but I'm going to try and do this freehand. So I'm going to be doing or a little more shadow. It's a bit dangerous to do this way, but I want this to sort of have more of a realistic look. And I can do eraser. That's why I did this on another layer. Let's have a little bit of a stomach there showing through. Some dark gray here. A little bit on the shoulder. And we're just going to kind of, no, not screen, overlay. No, it's too bright. Subtract. Yeah, that'll do. So we just add a little bit of a 3D element there, and I can keep going with it, and we'll fix the fix below, but just want to kind of touch that up. So we're going to bring it up too hard. All right, too much. Just kind of want to brush that over. I'm going to kind of do the same on the arm here, where the paint went a little close. And there's little areas like here that, and down here that I kind of want to blend in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this was the layer I added in between. We kind of want to take sort of the color from down below. So let's get that, and we're just going to airbrush, light airbrush, that sort of color in there. Well, crud. Not the right layer. Here we go. Just to kind of bring this out a little bit. Don't want it that detail or deep. Fudge. Come on. There we go. Let's do a little bit of correcting here. Still too thick. There we go. And I can just bring in the blending tool just a little bit to kind of blend it with the arm. Blend this with the leg a little bit. I kind of want to do some more with the hair, but this time let's do darker tone. Let's do some more, because she does have darker hair. So let's bring it out a little bit, make it look realistic all the way through. Actually, hold on. Go back from where there. All right. Where was my hair? It's over here. I'm not worried about it going over a bit because, I mean, honestly, hair would sometimes drop over. Because it's hair, honestly. Bring it out. We're just going to bring it out a little bit more. Where's our lips? It's down here, aren't they? Let's see here. So the lips are on this layer. All right, this layer. So let's go on this layer. We're just going to add a bit of airbrush. A little too much there. There we go. And we're just going to blend that a bit. And I'm actually going to take a little bit of white, bring that soft brush, and we're going to add a little bit, just a little more striking bit here. We'll do a little bit here for the nostril. Add a little bit here for this nostril. And we're just going to kind of blend these in again. And we'll probably go a bit darker for the nostril themselves. Let's see, go darker here. Let's add a little more blending in here if we can. Let's see, it should be eyes. Okay, let's do that layer of eyes that I need. And I mean, we're nearing our end here. I could probably add a little bit of a darker tone here. So let's go with the darker skin tone here. You can add a little bit more right here to kind of define the edge of their face. All in all, it's not too bad. If I had more time dedicated to doing one piece of art with her, I'd probably, spend more hours doing this. Um, let's remove the sketches. I'd find out, little part nitpicks here and there to do with the design and to try and bring her out a bit more. I would do details like the nails and whatnot, but we don't really have too much time. This is a 2-hour stream. I try to keep it at 2 hours. But this is the basics of a portrait drawing. So basically, when you do something like this, you want to work your way out. So you work your way through the sketch. So we have all that we have now, and we originally started with, let me see if I can pull the sketches here more. So we're going to go and hide everything here as we worked on it. So this is where I started from. As you can see, I started doing the bathing suit a little bit, or negligee, or whatever she's wearing, lingerie. And I did the sort of setup here. I did the arm the way I wanted to, the leg I wanted to, and how she's standing. I added more detail with how I wanted her eyes to appear. Then we went with the base colors for her body and just started to bring her out. I'm going to go ahead and remove the sketches again. And just bring her more into a 3D environment. Hey, Justin, how's it going? Everything's going fine. You saw the work I just released for you, and I just got that done, and we're now completing up this Lolleta Lee request here. I am going to do a color background real quick for her, so we have something that's not white on white. So let's. Oh, I think I put all that on top, didn't I? Oh no, I think it's on the right layer. Okay. So we're gonna go with. I'm gonna go with blue because it kind of matches what we did with her eyes. And I don't know why that's all the way, because it's all the way up here instead of down there. There we go. Okay. Wait, did you finish the piece? You showed me the drawing. Yeah. No. Oh, did I not send it? I'll send it to you right after I get done with the stream. Yes, it is done. I thought I sent it. I guess it didn't go through. I was having some technical difficulties towards the end because it was so much data being used at one time, and I had to restart the stream twice actually before I got the stream going. But yeah, I'll have it for you. I'll pull it up for you in a little bit actually, and I'll send it to you. Just wait on this to load here, and we'll do a quick background. So I'm going to do sort of a photographer's background with this. We're not going to do anything fancy. because we literally have 10 minutes to do this. So we got this lighter blue. I'm going to come up with an even lighter blue tone behind that. And then we're going to actually go on the next layer that we do. We're going to do a white, but I'm going to do sort of and we kind of did something similar with this a few weeks ago with the Sailor Moon drawing, where we did sort of a star out that I'm going to do as a highlight that I'll do with lighting colors. And when I do something like this with a comic, I mean, it can be done. I mean, there are cartoonists that do this style of drawing a little bit in the comic. It's too detailed though for a comic. You're spending a lot of time and a lot of effort into something that's going to be read very shortly. I never kind of like doing too heavy detail. That's why Demon Blade's a shorter, a different kind of detail, and the way it is. As we talked with yesterday's stream, I kind of do Demon Blade the way I do currently for print. So that's why it's black and white. But at the same time, yeah, I do a lot of detail. So, I mean, I've got the drawing that released, or I mean, that I showed on stream that I've been trying to do for the last 2 weeks. That is the fight scene that we're currently on. So we're just adding a little bit of a different texture to this white. And what I'm going to do is we're going to make that to glow dodge, and we're going to do the same with, or dodge, glow dodge. So we're doing something similar to that. Actually, yeah, I leave that white. Let's also make that a glow dodge. And we'll just fade that a bit. There we go. There we go. I mean, it's a quick way to do a portrait. Unfortunately, the transparency, because I'm using blue, is going through. I don't know why. But yeah, no. We've got a nice sort of quick way here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do in white on a new layer my initials. $21. All right. And like I said, as always, we do these by request. If you have a request for something you want drawn, or if you have something that you want on a story stream, which occurs on Thursdays, by all means, leave a comment, like, comment, and subscribe as always in all these videos. It helps us get pointed out in algorithms. And also, another thing is go on to DeviantArt/EmbryoArts or EmbryoArt and vote in the what would you like to see come from us in 2021. Like I said, right now it's currently something new is leading that I last checked, and the other option is Sailor Moon Andromeda Factor, more content coming from them from that. So that's definitely something I had not done, but if people would like to see more of that series done, I would be more than happy to continue and complete the series. It would be done as a traditional anime of 26 episodes. So I'd be happy to do the story and complete the story for people and fans to read. Until then, we need to get on over to our sponsor for the stream, which is, as always, Built Bar. I don't know why my character is all the way up here. Scroll down. There we go. I'm an alien. Woo! I must go back to my home planet. All right, Built Bars. I have been eating these all week. I've been eating them for the last 2 weeks, actually. I have currently a pumpkin flavored puffs, which they have, and which are like marshmallow puffs and chocolate, and are absolutely delicious. And I also have a vanilla, dark chocolate and vanilla, and both of them are absolutely amazing. And I have them pretty much one a day. They help me curb the sugar habits. They help me try and keep myself from eating too many carbs. And but I mean, that is the key. They are a protein bar, but technically they're also a good substitute for regular candy bars because they taste that wonderful. That is their primary focus, is taste first. And the benefit is they're low calorie, low carb, low sugar, high protein, and they are keto friendly. So if you're on a keto diet, they are absolutely to die for. So go to built.com, promo code EmbryArts for the promo code for this stream. That's built.com, promo code EmbryArts, and you can get some Built Bars with 10% off your order, the entire order. And trust me, you will not be disappointed if you pick a flavor that you absolutely love from them. They have other products, including the Built Boost, which is a wonderful additive to water that you can add vitamins and nutrients. They have immune bonuses. They have a wonderful Built Broth, which is basically chicken or beef broth. My favorite is the chicken broth out of the types. And they have new products they add every freaking week. It's kind of insane. I'll order something and they'll bring out something new that I absolutely love. And I will be upset because I just ordered it. So go to, once again, built.com, promo code EmbryArts. And as always, I want to thank the individual. I don't have the names put up on the screen, but I want to thank them for putting in the request to do Lolleta Lee. It gave us something a little bit different than our usual anime drawings or whatnot. We were able to do a Chinese actress. Go and check out her work because she looks amazing, and I'm sure she's an amazing Chinese actress. I just haven't paid any attention to her. And enjoy, her work, but also be sure to share this work here because it helps everything out. And until then, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful evening, and a wonderful year.